What is happening, champions? Here we go once again in my giant loaf of bread, the T1 Heavy. I love this thing to death. It's a great tank. I am going to sell it after this match. This is, in fact, the last match I had in the T1 Heavy. And, you know, it's kind of ironic because Abbey was the very first map I ever played in my T1 Heavy. Came out stock, got a Top Gun, had the greatest time, and I love this tank, I really do. It's right up there with the KV-1. It's not as highly regarded to me as the BDR G1B. I do love the BDR G1B the most out of all the Tier 5 heavy tanks. But this is a great heavy tank, and they all have their own flavor, so whichever one you choose, it's just going to work out for you. But like I was saying, T1 Heavy, Tier 5 maximum match on Abbey. Can we repeat what we did the very first time I was on this map? Let's give it a shot. So I'm heading along the eastern road here, and I'm going to try and flank up behind him, use my speed, get in there and just start wrecking tanks like crazy. Watch this tank up here. I should have noticed this. See that? Did you hear that shot? And see the explosion? That's Artie. Now, Artie, he's really paying attention to this corner, but this is post at patch 8.6. So he's going to have a little bit of trouble hitting me. His accuracy isn't what it used to be, and you're definitely going to see that. I might just do an external camera view just to see how many times he misses, but he's definitely got this corner zeroed. So first, we come across a Wild Stug. Put a shot into him. Put another shot into him. Now watch this, this one right here. Sailed right over the top of the Stug. Didn't go anywhere near where I had it aimed. Watch this. Artie's going to start shooting at me like crazy. There's a miss from Artie right in front of me. And I'm angled very well against this KV-1. He's bouncing off of me, and I'm bouncing off of him. But I start aiming at his lower hull and getting through. And Artie is not done bugging me, as you will see. I mean, he's just doing his job. He's just trying to take out the heavy tanks right there, as you can see on our team, which is, you know, it's what he should be doing. But also, look at that PZ-1C right there sneaking up on him. And this is actually pretty funny. You'd think that the Artie would be dead at this point, but nope. He turned around and derped the hell out of that PZ-1C. So, but the PZ-1C did get him down to 32%, and he's probably raging at his team right now. I have no idea what this T1 Heavy is doing. He's not even trying to shoot. Although he might just have a broken gun. That could be what's going on there. But anyway, we've won this flank, and I really like when you win this flank. It's pretty cool. It gives you a really good position when you come up on the enemy from this side. Because in this map, when everybody splits up on either side, it doesn't matter. It's really hard to remobilize your forces. So if you have a flank that fails, you often don't see people trying to go back and defend because of it just sucks to go all the way back from once you've picked a direction. It's just not fun on this map. And this map's alright. It's, you know, it's not one of my favorites, but I don't really mind it whenever it shows up. We got a PZ-3A here. This T-28 is going to cut me off. Although, you know, he probably was just trying to say, hey, let me go first. I've got more health. Although he is a medium tank. That's the size of my tank, and he doesn't have any armor. So it's kind of strange, but whatever. I see this guy, and then I think, oh shit, there's people on our left. So I back up, start pointing left, address these problems first. And this is a killing spree. Watch this. Aiming at the T-34. He's gone. There's one. Hetzer, he's gone. There's two. M41, he's gone. There's three. PZ-3A, he's aiming at me. There's four. So I just got four kills in a span of, I don't know, like 30 seconds. That's what I'm talking about. This gun really is very well suited for this tank. It's just a good all-around gun. The M1A1 on this tank is just evil, and it's really what gives this tank its own flavor. That high rate of fire, That ability to dish out the damage, keep people in a panic, and just put them down. SAU 40, this is where I start getting greedy. Notice I'm aiming at the big tumor on the top of his turret. I'm just trying to hit it. And I come out a little too far, not realizing that there's a T-28 to my left with the 57mm, and he just starts pounding away. Boom. And it cost me my tank, which is unfortunate, but, you know, that's what happens when you get greedy. I really wanted the Radley Walters, but unfortunately it just wasn't going to happen. We'll speed it up to the end. KV-1 goes ham on all these guys. There we go. And he's about to die. Boom. There you go. Awesome. So the T1 Heavy, it's not looking as good as it usually does. A burnt loaf of bread now, but the map went really well. 7 kills, having a good time. I just should have been a little bit more cautious at the end. Maybe waited for the other enemies to show themselves, but you know, whatever. I'm happy with 7 kills. It's a very good amount of kills, and a great contribution to the match. And if you really want to contribute a lot to your team, buy this tank because it's a good tank. I'm selling it to get my T-29, but you've probably already seen that. So anyway, and there you go. At the very end, like I said, just a victim of my own greed. I tried to get that 8th kill, and it ended up killing me in the end. T-28 absolutely wrecked my day with his little gun, which, I mean, it goes to show you can do well in that tank. I just think most of the drivers in that tank are completely psychotic. But it was a good match, great angling, very lucky bounces, just kind of what this tank is about. The T1 Heavy tank, very fun to drive in a Tier 5 match. Not so much fun to drive in a Tier 6 or 7 match. But in a Tier 5 match with that gun, you're perfect. That's great. That's exactly where you want to be. Had to switch to my premium there to assure that I'd get the kill on that KV-1. As you saw with the KV-1, before, I was using normal ammo and I was bouncing off of him at the worst times, but he was also bouncing off of me at the worst times, and had he switched to his premium, he definitely would have taken me down, but he didn't. So sadly for him, he bounced off of me, and I ended up winning that fight with some help from my friends. Very good match for me. I even got a Reaper medal. That's unusual with a tank with a high rate of fire and low alpha damage. Very strange. 65,174 credits, 5,282 experience with a top gun. And we'll take a look at what we damaged and what we critted. The only thing we damaged without killing was a KV-1. We only put 1 shot into him. M3 Lee, all we did was spot him, and everybody else took him out. And what did we crit? T1 Heavy, we knocked out the track on the Stug 3. We knocked out the ammo rack and destroyed the track. PZ-3A destroyed the track. Team score. Okay, we're up here with 1,000 damage done. Oh, wow. Just barely over the T-34, and that's awesome. That's a very good T-34 driver. Good job to use Zombie Blaster. That is a great amount of damage. You deserved a merit, but that sucks you didn't get one. KV-1 got Steel Wall. He took some hits for us. And everybody else, we got a Hetzer that did pretty good on their team. I think that was the one I snuck up behind and shot when he was up on that hill at the cap. So yeah, great game. 1,697 damage, 7 kills, 1,136 experience with the Top Gun battle merit. Detailed report, 29 shots fired, 23 direct hits, 20 penetrations. With 1,697 damage done, 19 hits received, 9 of them were penetrations, 2 of them were splash damage, and 10 were non-penetrations. So 10 were non-penetrations and 9 were penetrations, with 2 leftover splash damage that doesn't count in your hits received. 1,517 potential damage done to me, which means I would have been dead twice over easily. And the premium ammo cost me a ton, and the event gave me enough to make a profit. So that worked out very well for me. Good match. Awesome to get that 3 times experience boost and get a ton of experience. And here's another great T1 Heavy replay for you guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you like the video, leave me a like, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Take it easy, gents.